Hello friends, today let's talk something about Dr. Dixit's diet. Actually, I have not done this video in English because I thought it is not so popular in the western part of the world. So I have done this video in our Indian language, Hindi. But now some requests has come that please do this video in English also. So I am doing this in English. So what is this all about is Dr. Jagannath Dixit's diet. We should be very grateful to this person, Dr. Jagannath Dixit. He is from India, Maharashtra, and he has done a great job to educate people how they should eat, and that has helped thousands and thousands to get rid of their excess weight, and also it has helped to reduce their blood sugar. So we must understand what he has done. He is explaining people that they should eat only twice in a whole day, or 2 meals, one big meal in the morning and one meal in the evening. That's all. And if they want something in between, then they can have one tomato or one very thin buttermilk or a green tea, something like that. The reason he explains is that even if you eat just a biscuit, and then the process starts in the body and the insulin has to come in the blood. So if you are eating repeatedly, like people nowadays eat 7 times small something, 7, 8, 10 times, just munching, just putting little things inside. Every time insulin has to enter into the blood, and due to this the insulin level of blood goes up due to this way of eating. And if the insulin blood level is high for some days, some months, some years, the insulin resistance develops. And once the insulin resistance is there, you are going to be obese, you are going to increase your blood sugar levels. So there are many YouTube videos of Dr. Jagannath Dixit. They are in many languages. They are also in English. So please go through the videos and you will get all the concept in details. When I look to this concept of eating twice, it is the concept which the age-old wisdom of Ayurveda is speaking since thousands of years. So Ayurveda advises only to eat twice, one good meal in the morning, afternoon, and one meal in the evening. That's all. And if you see the old generations, I think old generations everywhere, not only in India, and if you see their eating habits, they were not eating again and again. At least I can say about Indian old generations, they used to have one big meal in the morning and one meal in the evening, and that's all, nothing in between. And then it is not surprise that they are not having this incidence of obesity, so much of obesity. They are not having the issue of diabetes. Now this fast lifestyle, this new age lifestyle, and it has come up with obesity and diabetes. So what change has happened? The change which has happened is, in the old generation they were eating less frequently and this new generation is eating more frequently. Even the dietitians, they give a chart, like at 5 in the morning you have something, at 7 something, at 9 something, at 10, 11 something, and they ask you to eat 10 times. The modern science was also talking to the diabetic patients that they should have a small frequent meals. Now this person has turned the wheel against the flow. Everything he is saying everything opposite to what the modern science is saying, the dietitians are saying. He is a modern medicine doctor, and this concept of insulin coming to the blood, it's again a concept of modern medicines. So he is talking with a scientific base, and then he has proven it. Thousands and thousands of people are following him, and they have seen change in them. They are reducing their weight, they are reducing their blood sugar, the need of medicines are going down and down. A very fantastic journey, very fantastic journey. Ayurveda was saying that, but the Ayurveda doctors were not able to prove it or not able to implement it in the common man. This person has made it. So, a very important change in your diet. Here, what we expect you is when the first good hunger comes, you should have your first meal of the day. So nothing from the morning, maybe some green tea in the morning, and then the good hunger, it may come around 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30, and then you are having a real big lunch, and then something at 3, 4, 5, some green tea, some buttermilk, and then in the night 7, 8 you are having your dinner. That's all, and you are going to get results. Yeah, of course it says some good exercise of 30-40 minutes, and this will also help you to get rid of your weight and sugar. Now while following this, some difficulties come. So let's understand those difficulties. Many patients of mine are also following this diet, and they come to me with some difficulties, and I try to answer their difficulties. One difficulty I see is a person with lot of gases, so a lot of vata. So there is a lot of vata in his body, and his stomach is bloated. So bloating means there is lot of gas inside, a lot of vata inside. So what happens to this person? One is that he will not get a good hunger because so much of gas inside. So he may get a little hunger, he will eat little, he is full, and so as he has not taken a good meal, he will get the next hunger very soon. And then for him it's very difficult to follow this pattern of eating only twice. So I have to check why this gas into his stomach, and then if you listen to all these videos on vata, you will get the answers why he is getting a gas, and then how to get rid of gas. So the most important solution for the gas is that there is a dryness in his body. If you ask him, he is also having a lot of thirst and so many signs of dryness. So then the answer will be oil or some lubrication. It may be ghee, clarified butter or oil. So when he has something like that, the gases starts coming out. He may burp, the gases will start coming out, and then there is a softness of the stomach, and when the stomach becomes soft, he can eat well at a time. and when he starts eating well at a time, he will come out, he can sustain this diet of eating twice. So one phenomena is bloating, gas in the stomach. So you please go to the videos on vata, gases, and you find out reason why gas is there and how to get rid of these gases. Then you can follow this diet. So this is first difficulty I have seen in some patients, not all patients, some patients. One group of patient I have seen that they have heard from somewhere that one should drink a lot of water. So they keep on drinking a lot of water every now and then, even though they are not thirsty. So when they drink so much of water unnecessarily, they are killing their hunger. So they won't get a good hunger, a little hunger, and then they cannot sustain this diet. Eating very less, they will be hungry again and again, little hunger, and it's very difficult for them to sustain for these 2 times. So again, don't drink water unnecessary or any watery thing. It may be some lemon juice, or it may be some other fresh fruit juice, a coconut water, a buttermilk. Don't have it in too much of amount unnecessary. Then your hunger will come, a strong hunger will come, and then you can eat at a time, and then you can sustain this diet. So that is a second difficulty I have seen. Third difficulty is you have to identify your best hunger. So some patient came to me and say that, oh, we are not able to follow this Dixit diet. So when I inquire with them, I came across the reason that they are not hungry and still they are eating. So they will not able to eat well because they are not hungry. So they are going to get a next hunger. So catch your best hunger. So someone may get it at 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30, 12. You see when your good best hunger comes. See, when the hunger comes, you get that feeling of hunger, one thing. Secondly, you may get a clear bulbs, or bulbs without any smell, because there is just a gas inside. It will come up and you will get a bulbs without smell. And thirdly, you will feel very light in the body. Hunger means you have digested the food which you have taken earlier, and now there is a space. So to fill this space, you have to eat food. So the space has come, and space is very light. So you will get a lightness in the body. So that is how you can understand your hunger. Many patients, when I ask this question that when you get your hunger, they are confused. They cannot understand their hunger. So please eat when you get your first best hunger, then you can sustain this diet. Some people, what they do from the morning, they will have some aloe vera juice, and then some lemon juice, and then some lemon and honey, and 10 things in the morning, small things they are drinking. They will also drink some warm water, and then tea, and etc. So if you are drinking so much of liquids in the morning, you will not get a good hunger. So again, try not to drink so many things in the morning, then you will come up with very good hunger. So this is one difficulty, that you should identify your hunger. Another difficulty which I see is proper planning, lack in proper planning. So if you are getting hunger, if suppose you are getting hunger at 10:30, and now you have to eat well. If you don't eat well, you are going to get a hunger very soon. So you cannot calculate, or you cannot just decide how much you eat. You have to eat experientially. So you have to satisfy that hunger. So when you want to satisfy that hunger, it will be a big lunch. It may be a lunch of 25-30 minutes, and you are eating very quietly. if 1,000 thoughts are running your mind that I have to finish it quickly, and then I have to catch a train, I have to catch a bus, I have to catch a taxi, I have this work scheduled, then you will not be concentrating on your meals. So you have to take out a good time when you are eating just twice. So you plan a good time. You are planning a good time, there is no rush, and you are eating very relaxedly. This mind should be very relaxed when you eat. So when you eat very relaxedly, you can eat appropriate amount of food. You are in rush, and then there are chances that you do mistakes. So eat very relaxedly, complete your hunger, and then the next hunger in the evening. So eat this way, then you can sustain for 2 times. Eat very relaxedly, and when you eat very relaxedly, you eat a big portion of your meal. When you are following this diet, eating twice, then one thing you have to make sure that now you are not afraid of eating. I have seen some people, they are following this and they eat very little portion of meal because they are afraid of putting on weight. So when they eat very little in this type of diet, then they are going to get hunger very soon, and then it's a fight. They get a hunger in between, a very strong hunger, and then they maybe few days they will manage it somehow, and after few days their tiredness will increase. And as you know, according to Ayurveda, when there is a hunger and you don't eat, the vata will come in, the pitta will come in, and you are suffering from vata and pitta issues, and then you will leave this type of diet. So you have to make sure that you are eating well, you are eating very quietly, very peacefully, then you can sustain with this diet. So again you have to change your mind pattern. You see how this old generation people eat. They are not in hurry, and so they will, since their childhood, so they will, when the time of food comes, they will be relaxed, just concentrating on food, eating well, and then there is no need of munching. This is experience of so many, that when you eat well, you don't need anything in between. Even you don't remember any food item when you are satisfying your meals. When you don't, then 1,000 things will come in your mind. I want something, I want some biscuit, I want some snack, I want some chocolate, and so many things. So eat well, that's a solution, that's a key of success when you want to maintain this eating only twice, and then you get a results. Even it's surprising, even if you are eating a lot at a time, you lose your weight. I have seen so many patients like that. They eat well and they are also surprised that how much they can eat and still they lose weight. So don't worry for the quantity. You eat well and then you can follow this diet. One more difficulty comes is that when you eat a very light food, you are eating well, but the quality is very light, that you are eating too much of vegetables and too much of salads and pulses, legumes, and very small amount of grains. So maybe very small amount of bread or chapatis, rotis, very small amount of rice or millets, and all these big things. So they are very light. The vegetables are very light, the salads are very light, the dals, pulses, legumes, they are very light. So when one consumes like this, as they are so light, you may get a hunger very soon, a very strong hunger. Within 3, 4, 5 hours you are getting a very strong hunger, and then it's difficult to maintain eating only twice. So again the logic will be, as Ayurveda always says, that less amount of vegetable, less amount of pulses, less amount of salads, and big chunk of grains. Then it may be any grain which you are using in your country, a local grain. It may be wheat, it may be rice, it may be some millet, anything that has a good portion. Then, or in case in a countries where people eat non-veg, lot of non-veg, they can have that. Then you can sustain with this diet. Otherwise again it will be a problem. So you can start with this, like big grain portion, and everything is very less, eating well at a time when you get a hunger, eating very relaxedly, and then you can sustain. Sometimes people drink a lot of fluids while they are having their meals. So maybe a lot of buttermilk, lot of juices, lot of water. So again they are filling their stomach with liquids. So when they fill their stomach with too much of liquid and too less of solid, the liquid will go out of the body very soon, and again they are hungry. So just necessary liquid, little thirst and you are drinking something, that's all. Not too much of liquid with your milk. Then the next steps you may do, that you are eating a lot of grains and still the weight is not going down, then you can increase, initially just reduce a little grain and increase little of the legumes or pulses. So reducing carbs and increasing little proteins, try that way. Still if it is not working, increase little of vegetables. So you have to fine tune yourself. Also be cautious that you are increasing too much of vegetables or legumes or salad, then you will start developing gases. So there may be a lot of bloating and gas issue, vata issues everywhere in the body, and then aches and pains in the body. So again it will be a hurdle to continue this way of diet. So again you have to decide how much you will increase these vegetables and pulses. So you should take a decision, you should be your own doctor. Now still after following all these things, there are people that they are not able to sustain with this just 2-3, and then so many issues come because they are not eating well at a time. They are so habitual of eating very less that they will not manage into. Then go to a 3 times a day, some breakfast, lunch and dinner, but then absolutely 3. See, at least a person who is eating 8-10 times a day, a little here and little there, putting something inside and asking insulin to come in his blood and creating problems of obesity and diabetes, at least if he comes down to this 3, first step, it will be a big step. So just breakfast and what tea, coffee he wants to take with the breakfast, then straight away lunch and then straight away dinner. So at least if you are not managing on 2, at least come down to 3. Instead of 7-8 times, come down to this 3. It's not an ideal way. Ideal is having twice, but if you are not, then at least don't go back to that of eating 7-8 times in a day. At least come down to this 3. Or sometimes it may happen you are following this 2 and some days will come you are not so perfect, some mistake will happen here and there and you may get a hunger again in between, a very good hunger. So maybe a day in a week or 2 days in a week you are eating something. So be gradual in following the way, but remember the core of this is you are not eating frequently. not putting anything inside again and again. See, other way you have to understand, this is a system, digestive system. So it works, you put a little something, it will start its own work, it's working, and it's working for an hour and two, and now the work is finished, the system is taking rest, and you put something again inside. So the system has to work again. So then after some repetition, system will say, oh my God, I am tired, and let it be, the food may come but I will not work. So again, this way of eating less frequently is very important. They say like a person who eats only once will have the best of the health, not even twice, only once. Like this question was asked to Buddha, the enlightened one, that why your health is so good. His health was so good. So he used to give answer, yeah, one is that my mind is pure, ultra pure. So that's the most important factor for my physical health. But second thing, he used to say that I eat only once. So he used to eat only once, and then that was helping him. So once may be very difficult with today's mindset and today's way of living, but at least come down to these 2 or 3, but not more than that. I have seen people, they don't eat well at a time and then keep on drinking tea again and again. I have seen so many women doing like that. They won't eat well when they are hungry, and then they will have a cup of tea 10 times in a day. So they are harming themselves. So don't worry. Don't be afraid when you are hungry, you eat well, and then the body will give results. I think this will also help to so many diseases. It will certainly help about obesity and the sugar issue, but I think this way of eating will also help in thyroid. It will also help in vitamin deficiencies. Because once the hunger is very good and you are eating appropriate food, you will suck the vitamins inside. But if you are not hungry and just eating like that multiple times, you may not get the appropriate vitamins inside. So this way of eating will help in many of the diseases. So please understand this way of eating. You can also see his many YouTube videos, and also do a little fine tuning about yourself and follow this way of living. It's a very healthy living. It will help you to get rid of many issues, and it will help you to prevent many issues. So thank you very much, and please understand this way of eating.